Hello, Victor here. This video is called Are You a Spiritual Being? Well, have you ever asked yourself this question? What am I? Is this body and mind all that we are? Religion tells us we also have a soul, and at death this soul goes on and continues to exist. If that's true, then where is this soul and how do I communicate to it? The reason you can't communicate to it is you don't have a soul. You are the soul or spiritual being. To put this more simply, we are all spiritual beings operating bodies. This might be a new concept to you, I don't know. There are plenty of other websites and ways to research this out, but there's something here that you've probably never done before. You know, it's been said if you want to hide something, put it right in front of the person. Well, we call ourselves human beings, right? First the word, let's take a look at this first. First the word's human, which is physical and it refers to our bodies. Then the word being, which is spiritual and refers to the spiritual side of us. That's easy to understand. How come we never thought of that before? You know, if they would have used the name human spiritual beings, we might have had a clue. You don't think they were trying to hide anything from us, do you? Okay, so if you are a spiritual being, how can you prove that to yourself? You know, I mean, I was in my 30s before I actually got certainty on it. Well, that's a long time to live and not know what the heck you are, you know what I mean? I mean, that's what I thought at the time. And then you take a look at your schooling and the churches and the religions and you go, what the hell is this? It's the biggest hoodwink you ever could imagine. But it's not the greatest hoodwink. The greatest hoodwink that's going on to us is in the afterlife. Because we don't die. The body does, but we don't. We're spiritual beings operating bodies on this planet. Every one of us, if you see a body on this planet, it's got a spiritual being operating it. And even the lower forms of life have something spiritual making them go. If it's alive, it has something spiritual making it go. The third dimension and the fourth dimension work hand in hand. I'll get to that here in a little bit. And the first way you can really observe this for yourself is if you had an out-of-body experience. If you separated from the body and then came back, you'd have certainty that, well, I'm not the body. Some of us have either done this or maybe had a near-death experience. Or maybe they've read it or heard it, know a friend or somebody who's done this sort of thing. Now, if you had a near-death experience, that would also give you certainty because they're pretty. They will have a profound effect on you. That's for sure. Now, that would give you certainty once you know you have separated from the body, and that thing that separated was you. And it was a spiritual thing, you have certainty. All right, maybe you've heard of these things, but never experienced it for yourself. There is a few ways you can prove this to yourself. Most people have the ability to put up a mental image picture. The way you do this is to close your eyes. So this is the demonstration I was telling you about that you've probably never done before. So close your eyes, and now I want you to close your eyes and experience something you've probably never done before. With your eyes closed, I want you to create a planet. I want you to create your own planet. You're going to create your own planet in 3D color, 3 dimensions, not just flat. See it in 3 dimensions in space, stars, the sun, the moon, whatever you want to put there, if it's nighttime or daytime. Or you could have the sun and the moon there at the same time. It doesn't make any difference. It's your creation. You get to create it. So, create your own planet, not one that you've seen before, one that's totally unique to you. And you know, planets have these things like atmosphere and clouds, and they have oceans, and they have land masses. So, create what you want, just the way you want it, and put this planet in space with the stars in 3 dimensions. 3-dimensional color, just like you're looking at a movie, except the movie's on a flat screen. So I want you to put in 3 dimensions. Okay, who's looking at this picture? If you said, I am, that's right. You are. Also, where is this picture of your planet? Can you tell where you're creating it? Is it in the back or front of you, and can you reach out and touch it? So, questions there. Who's looking at this picture? So, if you are looking at this picture, what is that that's looking at this picture? If you said, I am looking at this picture, what is that I? Is it your body? No, can't be your body. Okay, is it your mind? Your mind is in the 4th dimension, but you're using your mind to create this planet. So it can't be your mind. That only leaves one other thing. Okay? The thing that's looking at this picture cannot be physical or in the 3rd dimension. The thing that's looking at this picture is spiritual in the 4th dimension, and that is you. And we all can pretty much do this. Okay, you can open your eyes now. The thing that's looking at that picture cannot be your body or mind. So that leaves a 3rd thing, and that is the spiritual being. That's you. Creating it and looking at it in the 4th dimension, which is the spiritual dimension. All other dimensions other than the 3rd are spiritual. And the reason I use the words creator gods in some of these videos is because if you had all your 12 strands of DNA instead of 2 strands, you could have taken that planet from the 4th dimension into the 3rd dimension and made it a reality. If you had a way to amplify your thoughts, they would manifest in the 3rd dimension. You can actually think of something and have it appear right in front of you. If you had all your abilities back on this planet, we don't have them. Okay, and another way to prove that there's something there something other than a body and a mind is to spin. If you can spin around as fast as you can, just keep spinning, and then all of a sudden stop the body, what happened? What happened? You went a little and then you centered. Well, guess what? Your body stopped, but you did not. You took a little while to get centered again because you can't just spin out of your body that way. That's how stuck into these bodies we are. But you do not stop with the body when it stops immediately. See? It took you a while to get centered again, didn't it? Plus you get a little dizzy feeling. See? So that's another way to experience that there's something else there other than the body and the mind. Now, you may say you've never had an out-of-body experience before. But I have to tell you, you have. We are out of body every time we sleep. You actually sleep 1 foot above your body. There are 2 ways we wake up. One is disturbed and the other is undisturbed. Now, the disturbed way is when an alarm clock goes off, the loud noise outside, someone shakes you, pours water on you, fires a gun or firecracker, whatever. It disturbs you. Anything that annoys you is going to disturb you, and we wake up disturbed. That's what that disturbed feeling is. But you've never thought about it this way, because that disturbed feeling, when you're 1 foot above your body, is actually a pop down. You pop down into your body immediately, and that's what that disturbed feeling is. And you can experiment with this with a snooze alarm. Just keep hitting it, going back to sleep, let it wake you up and disturb you. And that's what you're going to get. You get that pop down every time this snooze alarm will go off. Every time you hear that snooze alarm or somebody wakes you up, that's a pop down. You pop down into your body. The other way to wake up is undisturbed. The sun comes out, the birds are chirping, sounds that don't annoy us, and we wake up very naturally. We yawn immediately, whereas in the disturbed fashion, once we get our bearings, we start to yawn. But, okay, so how do we wake up? How is this different from the disturbed way? Well, when you wake up naturally, you start to wake up, and as you do, you ease down into the body, and then you fully awake, and there's no disturbance there. You woke up naturally many times, and you never probably question that there was 2 ways to wake up. Every time you're disturbed, it's a pop down. And you are out of body every time you sleep. Okay, another way is, have you ever seen the room in front of you and you knew that your eyes were shut? Well, you're half asleep at this point and starting to move out of your body. That's what that is. So next time you see the room in front of you and you know your eyes are shut, don't get freaked out. You're just moving out of your body. Now, can you control it and actually have an out-of-body experience? Well, some have done this. Some have done it with the snooze alarm. I think you can research this out on the internet, how to have an out-of-body experience. There's no one way. I have researched this. There's no one way to have an out-of-body experience that it works for everyone. Yet, whatever works for you will work, but it might not work for anybody else. Okay? So, I will have a new video titled The Process of Death very soon, so look for that. Also, if you'd like to know how all this got started from the beginning of time to the present, check out my Creation Cycle series and start with part 1 of the series. This will explain what we were and what we've now become as creator gods. We're no longer creator gods on this planet, and there's a reason for it. And it starts you have to start from the beginning to understand it. So I thank you for listening, and I will catch you on the next one. Bye for now.